But it's on to our very next guest, and it's the wonderful Piper Knox. Good morning to you, Piper.
Morning, Troy. Thanks for having me.
That's all right. That's all right. No problem. I thought it'd make sense to get having a co-winner on yesterday. I think people are a little bit curious. Well, who's the other one? Who's the other one? So it's great. It's great. It's like a completed 2-day completion of the award. But thanks for joining us this morning. And how's your how's NAIDOC week for you?
Busy, really busy actually. But it was good. I felt that it was the first time, obviously with COVID last year and last 2 years. I feel like it was really good to see the community all finally back together. So I think this NAIDOC week was a bit more special.
Totally.
Yeah. And now that I'm 18, I got to go to the NAIDOC ball. So that was cool too.
Yeah. Is that right? It's right. I understand. It's underage. But surely Mob can get in with like a parent guardian or someone around. Just go, look, you're with me.
Nah, I don't know.
The first NAIDOC ball, what was it like?
Yeah.
Did you get all glammed up?
Yeah, it was exciting. Like the build up to the NAIDOC ball and getting ready with your cousins and mum, dad, and aunties. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a really good night.
Down at Mount Dunedin State, that's cool. Had you received your award by then?
God, no. I'm really happy I didn't receive it at the ball, to be honest.
Why? Because you would get mobbed. You would get mobbed.
Yeah. But so that was on the Saturday night, and it was the Monday at the flag raising. Yeah,
right. So the ball got out of the way. That's cool. That's cool. Everyone does it differently, and I know everyone's got to kind of respect the Victorian NAIDOC one because everyone likes to go to that and the big events. So that's a smart strategy. Did you have any idea? No? No idea.
Not a clue.
Another no idea award. Wow. What was it like?
I was standing there watching the flag raising, and I haven't been to a flag raising in a really long time. So I was standing there talking to someone that I worked with, and I was like, oh, what's going on here? And she's like, oh, they just do awards and the flag raising stuff. And I was like, oh, okay, cool. And I'm just kind of like in my own little world. And then I hear someone say my name, and I kind of like, apparently I gave like a dirty look. I was like, me? Like, be sure. But yeah, that was really unexpected, but pretty cool, actually.
Oh, it's so nice. And we spoke to Jordan yesterday, and, just being involved in community award days are really special. And there's, it's for us. And I know we try and explain a lot of the time what NAIDOC's about, but there's a big anchor of it is it's really exciting to get around your mobs and, meet other mob. And it's not really a day primarily where you're looking around about bringing allies in and non-Indigenous people. It's just such a cool, close celebration. Is that what you experienced through NAIDOC Week and the awards?
Yeah, definitely. Like I said, having these last 2 years, everyone's so separated. It kind of felt like there was so many familiar faces and everyone was back together, and all these kids that were born during the COVID time, all of a sudden they're toddlers. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. So tell us where you grew up and who your mob is, and we'll go from there.
Yeah. So I'm a proud Badamaya Yamaji woman. So Noongar, WA. But I've been born and raised on Wadawurrung country. Yeah.
Cool. Where did you go to school?
I went to Clonard College.
Ah, yes. I know about Clonard. Yeah. Ooh, all the ladies. Nah, I'm very, very naive about it all. It's I went to Covenant College, and our bus we felt like we're in our own little kind of cage. We'll call it a community, and we'll come back through, and we'd always be looking out the window going, what other schools do? We used to go past Clonard and go, oh, look at their uniforms, and it's cool.
And a little Christmas tree.
Yeah. And how did you go at school? Did you have any idea of what you wanted to do outside of school, and what was your schooling like at Clonard?
Loved school.
Did ya?
I did love school. I was more there for the social aspect of things. Everyone says that.
Yeah,
my whole family, my teachers, my friends. I like to just, wander around the school talking to people. But I think so. Throughout school, how do I explain this? So at the moment I'm studying midwifery, and also a certificate in Aboriginal primary healthcare worker. And for me, midwifery was something I became interested in when I was in year 7, and I was at my older sister's, the birth of her daughter.
Oh wow, cool! I still yet to see a birth. Just FYI, I still yet to see a birth in the flesh. That's great. Year 7, great.
Yeah, and I just thought it was just such a emotional kind of unreal experience, and I've kind of just thought, oh, that's something I want to do. So
you had to kind of put in your mind then, and then where did you go with it from there? Was there much more educational options or courses or anything you could do at that age, or did you have to kind of wait a bit?
No, I sort of had to wait a bit, but I did my parents and community, sort of as I got a bit older, just organised a few days here and there at Wotherong to just kind of be exposed to the health environment and see if that was really something I was interested in, and sort of just giving me that motivation to get to year 12.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. What a nice kind of promotion to the long game. You know, like you had that idea seated in your mind at such a younger age, and here you are, still young, but you know you've moved on with life, as naturally being alive does. But it's great to see that, you know, a bit of reflection. When was your first gig are you studying now, or are you working within midwifery?
No, so I'm studying. So I graduated high school last year.
Oh, what? Crazy.
So now I'm in my first year of doing my Bachelor of Midwifery at Australian Catholic University.
Is that in Melbourne?
And
is that the one up in Collingwood?
Well, no. So what it is I'm doing away from base. So my campus is actually in Brisbane.
Oh, wow.
And
right.
Yeah, it's a pretty cool program. It's called Wamala. So the whole cohort's actually Indigenous students. Yeah, so it's like they can be in their communities or be home, and then we come together. We do about 3 classes a week, and then we get flown to Brisbane a few times a year to just do labs and stuff together.
Was that is that a non-negotiable for you, to stay within the Indigenous community when looking for things like studies? I mean, it must be comforting to know that organisations or study modules and stuff are surrounding themselves with we talked about it yesterday with Geordie about creating safe spaces for mob to go in there and educate and learn and stuff. Did you beeline for that organisation or that school because of its Indigenous aspect?
Not particularly. It was sort of something that just came up and almost was like a perfect fit for me.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, so I guess, and kind of health and helping Indigenous mob and stuff like that is something that I see myself doing. So I think it was a perfect fit, really.
How's your first semester of studies been going? Are you like,
oh my God.
What? Is it crazy? Is it everything you imagined it to be? Is there anything that kind of is really surprising you, or are you like hanging to? How's it going?
Well, I did notice I got away with a lot in high school. I'm gonna be honest.
Tell me about it. School's a breeze, hey.
I know. So I actually caught up with one of my high school teachers, and I told her, I said, "You let me get away with too much." Yeah. No. But it's good. It's sort of just, uni is sort of just like kind of figuring it out as you go along, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
tell me about it. I still got great. I've got a 9-year-old now back at my old school, and a lot of some teachers that I had are still there. In particular, Jane's in the house now. But it's so different. The world's so different, and I still think far out. Lockie, just go to school, mate. It's better than staying home. Go to school, or you stay home, you're gonna get chores, and you're gonna get told off, and you're gonna muck around. School's fun. It's all done for you. Fun. Follow the bell.
Exactly.
Just walk to school, mate. Get your books out. Scribble. next thing.
Yeah.
It's really hard. How did you go in that aspect in terms of kind of, you know, getting organised? Is it still, is that just a new thing? How are you going with kind of getting the things on time and calendars and stuff? Are you meant to be at school right now, just in case? Have you forgotten something?
No, I've got a day off today, which is great.
Yeah, it's so good.
No, I think it's still a learning thing for me. I'm probably not the most organised person, but yeah, I think I'm just sort of learning how to get organised and stuff like that.
We've got lovely comments coming in supporting you right now and so excited. Marsha's over there. Lovely Marsha Upples. Just go Pipe. So proud of you, Piper Knox, with a big purple heart. I don't know how you pick emojis, but purple heart's in the house. Kate Kent, good friend of ours who has actually spoken on this show before and is a midwife. She said, hope you're enjoying doing mid. Is that what you call it, mid, do you? Oh, she's in there. She shortens it because she's like full profesh. She said, hope you enjoy it. One of the best professions ever. You seem to have a calm and friendly nature. You'll be a great midwife. That's cool. Hey, Dungala Children's Choir. Hello. This is cool.
Yeah.
Some people are just a bit think they're a pro singer, but going out and doing something and singing in public and getting involved with a choir, it's another little brave step. But tell us about how you came across Dungala Children's Choir and tell us a little bit about the choir.
Yeah, so I have been involved with the choir since I was in year 6. So how old's that? About 12-ish. And Deborah Cheatham runs the Dungala Children's Choir.
I know it.
Yeah.
We sent Lockie up there in school holidays. Not the one just gone, one before. I think so. Does Loey's kids go in it too?
Yeah.
Yeah, we know it. Oh, brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah, so we've, I started out when I was about in year 6, and then she did a workshop down in Geelong at GPAC, and it was just like a week workshop with Indigenous kids from all different schools, and I kind of did that for a week, and then she said to me, what did she say? She said, I want you to audition for the choir, and I said, okay, and she said, right, I'll see you in Shepparton tomorrow.
That's so Deborah.
Yeah. So I was there for the weekend with my family. I was like, you guys want to go for a little trip? And then went up there. It was called Choral Connection, where a lot of people from the company come together and kind of rehearse things, and then we do a little show at the end, and then she's kept me around ever since. So we
oh, wow.
We've done some really cool things over the year. When I was in early high school, she did a Pecan Summer. It's a musical, it's an opera, and it's about her life and, you know, dealing with racism and her, like, family, how, I guess, her life's come about. And it was pretty cool. We did that one at the Sydney Opera House, which was awesome. And then we've done another opera, and it's I don't want to muck it up. I think I should know this. I've been doing it for years. It's an opera, all in Indigenous language, and it's like a war cry.
Wow. So, that would be really powerful to see. Is it kind of quite regular? Is it still going?
Well, yeah, so it's called Yumarella, and we're doing a performance in September in Perth. And then I know there's talk, I hope Deborah has already told people this, of doing it in Melbourne.
Okay. You're not.
Yeah.
I'm just don't ignore those little pop-ups here. I'm just putting up some comments that are coming through. All in love for you. Oh yeah, Marsha Umarella, a war requiem.
Yeah. Her Rivoli is in it as well.
Oh, cool. Who's that? Son, daughter?
Daughter.
Cool. Yeah. It's great. Huh? It seems like a real open space, even though it's got this kind of bit scary, like choir. Wow, I'm not an opera singer. Were you just practicing opera when you were a kid? I can't picture you as someone going, yeah, let's get a bit of Mozart out here and sing away. Who were some of your music influences growing up? that you'd sing along to?
Well, I guess anything my parents were listening to, really. Like, I loved Xavier Rudd.
Yeah.
And more like Australian singers like Missy Higgins. And,
oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah. But then also a bit of Beyonce. Yeah.
I was going to say, you know, Beyonce.
Yeah, a bit of everything. But I think the choir has kind of exposed me to different parts of music. So I can appreciate music kind of support, you know.
And just quietly, the comments are making sure that everyone knows that you are a very, very good singer.
Oh.
Yes. Who does ever say, yeah, I'm amazing? So you don't have to, because I was never going to get that out of you, because you're humble and it's great. But we've got a singer in the house. We've got a singer in the house. Have you ever done anything solo?
No way.
No way.
I know.
Marsha, should she be doing something solo? Should she be going out and doing some music? We'll be the judge of that, and we will force you into maybe a Geelong choir. Just stay in our little community. It's lovely. Yeah. You've done some pretty impressive things by the sound of it, but I think it's nice when you get recognised to be a person that drives other community, or the community that you're in, and you became part of the Barwon Health's Consumer Advisory Committee.
Yeah.
What did that entail? It's a pretty cool little nod to saying, hey, we like what you do, and come and help us.
Yeah, I guess I'm pretty new to that still. But I suppose it's kind of being a young Indigenous person, kind of being an advocate for other Indigenous people and other young people in the community, and just kind of speaking up on what I believe community need in terms of like health and looking after the well-being of people. So I guess with that role, I sort of take on kind of experiences in my life, and also with working so I'm doing the Aboriginal health worker traineeship. So I'm 3 days at Wotherong, and I'm in the health service, and also I get to work alongside the maternal child health nurse, and I was at the women's group yesterday, which was awesome. So I guess just sitting back and listening to community, I can take that to the meetings and you know, be a voice for them, which is awesome, but a little scary.
You're doing so well. It's such a it's very inspirational, I think, not just for youth, but just anyone, because we all have major roadblocks in doing things sometimes that we really want to do, because our heart's so involved, and you're too scared that it's not going to turn out the way you want it to be, especially if you've been thinking about it since year 7. But, you know, singing, you go out there and do that, and going on advisory boards when you're crapping yourself, like it's really impressive. I'm super impressed, and I think it's great that you're putting yourself out there, so keep doing it. You also, you got involved with Youth Parliament. Did you have to go up to the Big Smoke? Did you go to the Big Smoke? Well,
that was actually during COVID at the time, so everything was kind of virtual, but so that opportunity came from I don't know if you've ever heard of, so Richmond Footy Club do a Indigenous leadership program called KGI.
Yeah, I know the Kerang Institute very well. Yeah.
Yes, yep. So when I was about 16, I went on my first camp, and I've been on a few more since, and it's sort of one of those opportunities where you get to meet young mob, and because you spend a week with them in the middle of nowhere, you get really close, and the opportunities are amazing. So yeah, that Youth Parliament stemmed from KGI, and I'm continuing to do like leadership things with them and different meetings, and they have some upcoming opportunities. So I think it's a really good thing for young mob to get involved with.
Yeah, KGI does some incredible work, and you know, shout out to Indy Clark out there, who's just stepped down from the CEO role, but looking forward to. They do such great things. They've got such a great foundation there, and they do awesome things, and good job with Richmond as well. Do you do a bit of dancing as well?
Yeah, I've actually got a dance today. at 9:30
on your day off. What do you mean you got to dance on? Where are you going? Where can we watch? Where is it? Where are you doing it?
I think it's just a small little one, but we do some pretty cool. So I've been doing cultural dancing since I was probably about quite young. I think I'm not really sure what age, but like maybe about 10, 9-ish, something around that. And I do that with Karina Eccles in a dance group called Deadly Dancers.
Yeah, cool. Cool.
Yeah.
And what kind is it with Jordan by any chance?
No, I haven't done a dance with Jordan. She's in a different dance group, but it'd be cool if we could come together.
That's cool. So then tell us some of the dance stuff that you tend to do. So what are you doing today? Do you have to prepare? Or you're like, easy, walk in the park?
I kind of know what I'm doing, but today it's only just going to be me and my sister. So once this is done, I'm going to wake up and like get up and dance, see what we can do.
I love it. That's so cool. So what are you going to do today? What do you have to do? What's the brief?
Well, this is my vision for today. I think it's going to be a bit of sweeping and like to show like cleansing, and then my favorite dance and my younger sister Nellie, she'll be 12 soon. She's sort of, apparently I wasn't there, but apparently last week she did it for the first time, which was pretty cool. And it's this ochre dance. So it's like a women's dance, and it's kind of you doing the motions of putting ochre on and, you know, becoming that leader, I suppose. And so I guess we're sort of teaching my younger sister how to do that now, which is pretty cool.
It is super cool, and you're doing something a lot bigger than who you are, because you're passing on some knowledge, and we talk about it quite often. You know, we have some sad blimps in our lives where people pass or elders pass, and the information doesn't go on, and hopefully that doesn't happen in our situation in current climate, where we're really trying to pass on culture really early. It's so beautiful. I went and saw, when I see the juries do a great job in making sure their little kids are down there, like little fennis.
They're awesome.
They're like 4, and they're doing moves on the national NAIDOC podium. But I love it. There's like zero nerves. It's such a cool, fun thing to step in behind. I know you talked about you've talked openly about the sad loss of Abe right in the middle of VCE. Abe was super well known in a basketball community as well, and I'm a mad basketball player. And I didn't know Abe personally because I've been out of Geelong for a while, but so loved. How are you going with that? And is it still a work in progress? But right in the middle of VCE, it's a credit to you to stick at it, losing your brother.
Yeah. It was obviously turned our world upside down. And it was one of those situations where I actually did rely on my community a lot, and my friends, and they were amazing. Actually, they brought us food for like a year, which was great. I was actually talking to my friend about that yesterday. It was almost like a little MasterChef thing we used to do. But I guess with grief has been something I've kind of been trying to navigate through my life and throughout my family, and it's sort of something that it just doesn't really go away. You just kind of have to figure out how to deal with it. And I think for me it would be I'm how do I explain this? It's like some things happen that are just really terrible. And it's like you aren't your situation, but you can change the way you come out of it, and, you know, how you hold yourself and how you go through life. And I kind of, something I notice is every day that goes on, I see him more and more in my everyday life. And, you kind of just carry him with you and just, you know, try to be the best version for you and him.
Oh, man, so powerful. You got comments coming in. Wow, Piper, such an impressive and driven young person. Great to hear you seeking out so many areas of education and development. Great words there, Fizz. You'll make such an impact on this world. another comment said with such strength, Piper. Beautifully put. That's a challenging thing. I think you're such an impressive human. I know I've only just met you here in 25 minutes, but congratulations on winning an award and getting an award. I know you don't do it for that, but I mean, at such a young age, I think you've got so many more things in store for you. But it's great. It's great to see. It really is. It's really encouraging and inspiring to get yourself out there. Edwina McHenry's on. Fantastic. Piper Knox, I'm so proud of you. I love the celebration of dear Abe. Well, yeah, so much love for you and your family, and big love from the Really Good Radio world. I hope you have a good day, and I might put you on the spot. And if you got any music you want to listen to, what's a song that you would like to go out to? Are you going to go out and play? Are you a music in your house kind of person when you're getting ready? Or
play music in the house?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
What are you going to play?
Yeah, actually, a lot of the time.
What's your go-to morning song? And why you
Stony Creek.
Stony
Creek, Xavier Rudd.
Oh, we love a bit of Xavier. Do you know he's coming down here on Saturday?
Yeah, I'm going. I'm so excited.
I think I'm going too. I'll give you a message and say where you're at.
Yeah,
and
hey.
Supported by Marlon and Rulla. Have you seen Marlon and Rulla yet?
I don't know if I have.
They're kind of new on the scene. They're in like 12 months, but they are getting some huge gigs. They played at that treaty gig up in Shep, that one about 6 months ago that Yothu Indy came down for and Briggs performed and stuff, and they were so good that the Victorian NAIDOC committee were like, we're getting them to go on our show. They're two fellas, Marlon Motlop and Rulla, and they're great. But anyway, see this. Make sure you don't be late for the support.
Yeah, no, I'll be there. I'm so excited.
Stony Creek, Xavier Rudd. Oh, it says, hang on, I'll get on this one. Piper, have a great day. Go be awesome. It's pretty natural for you, but thanks for joining us today.
Awesome. Thanks for having me. See ya.
No worries. See ya.